In the world of PUBG Mobile esports, dominance isn't just claimed overnight. It's earned, drop by drop, zone by zone, match after match. And in this 2025 PMSL CSA Spring, one team rose above all. This was Alpha Gaming's season. This is their champion's journey. Story of this roster of Alpha Gaming started way back in 2025 PMGO. In the finals, the roster came in with an invited slot and were the certain favorites to win. However, they showcased a disappointing performance, not even making the top 10 in the final leaderboards. Doc said then that this roster needs time to settle.
Манай багийн одоо хамгийн ихний стерийн тэмцээн болохоор ер нь багаараа одоо дахиад ажиллах шаардлагатайг ер нь сайн мэдж ирсэн. Тийм үү. Хүмүүс ер нь яг юу гэх нэг хамаа байхгүй. Гэхдээ зөвхөн ер нь цаг хугацаа харуулах байна.
Before they can start to perform, maybe he was hinting towards the CSA Springland Finals. Under a new name, Doc, Top, Refuse, and Zyal showed what it means to bring two MVPs and all-time consistent players together in the same lineup. The path to 2025 PMSL CSA Spring started with Central Asia play-in, which Alpha Gaming comfortably won after grabbing a place in LAN at Almaty, Kazakhstan. All they had to do was survive two phases and make it to the finals. Calibration stage, Alpha Gaming topped the charts, securing 70 points after 8 matches. Doc wasn't performing to his fullest potential, but the rest of the team, especially Zyal, pulled the team through with a good foundation to the calibration stage. However, the team wasn't looking as formidable as expected. Some clear opportunities of getting winner-winner chicken dinners were lost due to basic mistakes.
That's a back-to-back Alcazia win.
That is.
In the survival stage, Top and Zyal really showed up for the team, from getting important frags and surviving as a duo to bring crucial points. They were doing it all. However, Doc was still to fully arrive, showing only moments of brilliance here and there. In the end of the stage, Alpha Gaming had once again managed to qualify to the finals, comfortably securing the first position in the overall leaderboard.
GG's. Big win coming in from them. That's going to be solidifying their top of the leaderboard position.
Now, with the finals at hand, his team had a point to prove. Doc was the MVP for both the seasons of 2024 PMSL CSA, and his team had won both the seasons as well. They were the clear favorites here as well, but the narrative had slowly worn off after other teams like Hora Esports, Fortis Pro, and 4Thrives had shown that they also had the potential to grab the trophy. However, Alpha Gaming came into the finals with 20 start points, a reward for topping leaderboards during the survival stage. However, by the end of day 1 of the finals, Hora Esports had taken the first spot on the leaderboard with 45 eliminations and 1 chicken dinner. Alpha Gaming sat on the second spot with 7 points less than the table toppers. The highlight plays from day 1 came from Refuse, who clutched up many points for the team to keep things stable going into the day 2 of the finals.
Here we go, overall rankings. First place team is going to be Hora. People were doubting me putting them in my top 3, but this is why we put them in the top 3.
Day 2 was even more mediocre from Alpha Gaming. Even though they gained 41 points from all the 6 matches, Doc and his team dropped to 3rd place in the leaderboard, with 4Thrives grabbing the 2nd and Hora Esports still unbeatable on top with a sustainable lead of 21 points from Alpha Gaming. With back-to-back 2 days of domination from the Nepali team, it was seeming like the grasp of Doc and the company from PMSL CSA was slowly slipping away. With day 3 of the finals came a twist: Smash Rule. Since Hora Esports was the table toppers on day 2, 10 points were added to their overall points to create Smash Rule limit. It stood at 135 points, and guess which team was the first one to cross the limit? None other than Hora Esports themselves. However, there was still some story left to be revealed. What seemed like Hora Esports' champion run slowly started fading away as the matches progressed. Hora got targeted early in most games and were unable to come to top 3 in any of the maps. This allowed Alpha Gaming to chip away more points in every game, holding the center zones and amassing 66 points from 6 matches. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha Gaming was crowned the champions of 2025 PMSL CSA Spring. top was crowned the FMVP with 34 eliminations. Also, the top 3 teams, Alpha Gaming, Hora Esports, and 4 Thrives, have all qualified for 2025 PUBG Mobile World Cup in 2025 EWC Riyadh. Congratulations to Alpha Gaming, and don't forget to cheer your favorite CSA team in 2025 EWC.